Hey everyone, welcome back to Dr. DCA YouTube channel. This is a weekly update for May 25th. We're going to go through the usual charts of Bitcoin, Nasdaq, and what I'm investing in. And let's get started. So the first thing we are looking at the weekly time frame Bitcoin, and what I want to show you here is there's not much change from the last time we talked. But you can see, this is a trend line we were watching. It's still not touching. So basically, the uptrend is still intact. It has maintaining that level that we were watching about around $25,000. There have been multiple days now Bitcoin is staying above this range, and this is good. Especially considering Nasdaq, which is a risk asset stock market, is basically holding its levels, which we will see in a bit. So, in my opinion, right now the markets look healthy. Uh, what we are watching is this trend line. If it goes below this, that's where we'll be a little bit concerned. But again, in this channel, you guys know we mostly are interested in long term, except sometimes we may have like a short term trade that we want like swing trade, right? So overall, it looks healthy. I don't have any concern. What I wanted to show here is this head and shoulder that I was talking about, right? So and this is like the sort of a line that it basically crossed and it's maintaining above this line. And we talked about this falling wedge before. Let me clear this up. 1 second. Right, this falling wedge we talked about previously. So in my opinion, right now, this seems like more of a continuation pattern more than anything else. All right. So this looks good, and we can go to now, stock market. Okay, so let's open stocks. We want to watch Nasdaq because as I mentioned earlier, Nasdaq basically gives you an idea of what could potentially happen in Bitcoin world because both are risk assets, right? So from last time we talked about there's a big falling wedge in Nasdaq as well, and here we also have broken out this resistance, and it's still maintaining this uptrend that we talked about last time. All right, so as long as Nasdaq is maintaining this uptrend, it could potentially touch that all-time high. One interesting thing, and we talked about in our first couple of videos about this, you should not be watching news. All the news are talking about recession and what's happening in the stock market. It's going the other way around, right? There's a whole AI mini bubble, what I'm calling right now, happening. And because of that, all the AI companies are just skyrocketing in terms of their, stock prices. One of the example would be this guy, Nvidia, right? Look at the Nvidia stock. The Nvidia stock is almost $400. It was 340 peak in the 21 top. It crashed all the way to 100 and 15 or something, and it's almost 4 times its money, three and a half times its money right now. And this is happening because they're saying all these AI companies are requesting for more hardware, right? And that's why all the AI companies are going into the crazy bubble. And in my opinion, it's time for Bitcoin. That could be a capitulation, and then there'll be a reversal in Bitcoin price as well. Okay. So that's a quick update about Bitcoin and stock market. The trends we are watching, it's still like intact. I'm not too much worried about anything. And because of that, we will look into Litecoin because that's what we invested in. And I said last time that Litecoin has this event which is called Litecoin halving, and it's going to happen on 3rd of August, right? This is what we are watching, right? And so we would ideally be selling by like July 1st week. But the price is again like following this squeeze, I would say. It's getting this squeeze, and anytime I expect Litecoin to double in a month or so, and that's like the trade I'm playing. So I did add another. So I told you last time. Right now, being a little bit aggressive. Every week, putting like $1,000. And for Litecoin, I invested another $500 because I think it's really undervalued. It hasn't run. If we go back to the previous cycle, this was the like on halving here, and the peak was around $150. Now think about this: is 4 years ago. There was less liquidity in crypto at that time, and even then, it was around $150. And what's the price of Litecoin right now? It's 85. So this is how I see what is undervalued, right? Again, this is a swing trade for me. This is not something that's a long time opportunity, sort of a long term thing. This is a swing trade. I will get out as soon as we are getting close to, the event and so forth. But yeah, I want to share that with you guys. And also the other thing, we invested last week, Cardano and Polkadot. We are continuing averaging in those. I put less money this time because I also wanted to invest in a stock, which I'm going to show you guys in a little bit. But let's just check quickly what's happening with Cardano and Polkadot. Again, the same thing. It's maintaining this uptrend after a massive crash of like I don't. It was almost $4. Let's see. Yeah, almost $3. Uh, $3.10 or so, and then it has like almost gone down like 90%. And this is what I call like crash of a bubble and then accumulation zone. So maybe it goes more for 1 year, and I wouldn't mind that because this gives me more opportunity to accumulate, right? As a long-term investor, I would think about giving myself more time at a lower price than just like skyrocketing, in 1 day, 1 week, 1 month, something like that. Okay. Similar thing with Polkadot. It has gone into this bottoming process, and we just put $125 in each Polkadot and Cardano. This is a long-term play. So if the prices goes half down, I don't mind. I'll be accumulating more. And if there's like a big capitulation event, which is when I say capitulation, it basically means price is going down sharply very fast, right? We would end up putting more money because I need to actually make a video like when to and how to do this when there's like an extreme fear in the market, right? We become extremely aggressive in buying. We think the other way around when other people are like selling, 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 right? And also same thing when something is happening like this, like prices are skyrocketing, right? Okay, so those are the three cryptos that we got into. The last thing I want to show is I'm watching this massive list of stocks, which are high potential stocks in the US stock market. And one I invested in is Coinbase. The reason behind, I probably explained a little bit in the last video, but if you want to dig in a little bit more, Coinbase is like the legal sort of, company that allows you to trade cryptocurrencies in the United States. It follows the rules. It's very well regulated and so forth. It was the IPO was done, I think April 21. So it's been 2 years. It had this run. It absolutely collapsed from like around $400 or so to you know even like $32 at $30 was absolute bottom, right? But obviously, you're not going to get like the absolute bottom. So in my opinion, anywhere from 30 to 60 is basically, or even say, I would say 50 to 80 is like the range, accumulation range for it to eventually, go higher. And the reason I'm investing in Coinbase is not just representing Bitcoin, right? It will actually multiply in terms of the stock price if Bitcoin starts going up because Bitcoin is like the base currency. It lifts all other cryptocurrencies, right? This is a solid company, and I want to be a long-term investor in this for the next run. In my opinion, this is basically my investment for like 2 to 3 years, depending on like how Bitcoin runs in next 2 to 3 years. We'll be exiting this, but this is my long-term play, so I don't really mind if it goes 30% down. I just put $250, and we are watching this portfolio, uh, you know, here. So I bought like 4 shares. And again, this weekly update is to keep you guys informed about what's going on in Bitcoin and Nasdaq. And just showing you like the patience will eventually work out in the future, but I'm consistently investing every week. Thank you so much for your time. If you like the video, please like and subscribe. Tell your friends about it, and I will see you guys next time. Thank you.